this 5-day marathon. He brought in big people with big ideas.
And in 3 days, I feel that, wow, the learning is just incredible.
It's really transformed what opportunities and options are out there.
The experts that he brought in front of us, were absolutely incredible.
I learned a lot. All the people that he invited to share their learnings, they're all expert in the field.
But I've learned so much. You have brought people on to your show that I never expected.
I've never thought that I would actually be here with like a gem.
During the time of the program, I actually produced work.
Collaboration that Ken has in the industry of digital and virtual events is immense, and he shares it with us.
We're so helpful.
Hey everybody, Ken Krell here. Thrilled to have you with us today. Wow. So we're on the tail end of the year, and I'll share with you something that popped up last night, actually in the middle of the night. I was chatting with a young man who has been through a tough time, was brutally attacked, arm broken, lost his job because he couldn't work, and on and on and on and on. And I thought, how can we help this guy? How can we help this guy with a digital event, with what we do? How can we have him shift from despair and no hope to opportunity and to success and to thriving? How can we channel Marnie Kringle's courage? Marnie, if you don't know her, is the most incredible story of resilience and aspiration, and has gone from tragedy to terrific in her life. How can we instill that to someone who's lost hope? I discovered just a couple weeks ago that the teen suicide rate is up 300%. 300%. 3 times the people are killing themselves right now than they ever did before. That's unacceptable. That's our future. The future talent of the world is killing itself off. We need to fix that, among other things that we need to fix. So how is it that your disaster can be your secret weapon and your big catapult to success? Well, think about it this way. The wisdom that you have from that disaster is what people need to experience from you. When I was 23 years old, 24 years old, I was forced to declare bankruptcy. My business failed. And I hid that bankruptcy from my audiences for decades. It was the most humiliating thing in my life. Humiliating. Now, people will come up to me in my events and they'd say, but you can't understand me. You're so successful. I went bankrupt. I mean, you're Mr. Success. Little did they know that I was bankrupt and in my brain suicidal. I didn't want to continue anymore. This was horrible. Let it end. I wasn't, don't worry about me. I'm fine, but I was looking for ways that I would not be in the hurt and the pain. And I overcame it. I got through it because I always believed there was more. I always believed there was better. I still do. No matter where we are, I still believe there's better. And that kept me going. But I've been through that disaster. I've been through bankruptcy twice because I'm a high achiever. And a lot of people mad at me and blaming me for things that, whether right or wrong, I was blamed for that, maybe I shouldn't be. And that stress gave me a freaking heart attack. I was almost dead. I had 2 hours to live, they told me. So I can go through story after story as well. But there's stories. Hey, Karan. So those stories people can learn from and grow from. And that's the real important thing. Tell your story, inspire your audience. And when you do, you empower yourself because you let that story have meaning, finally have meaning. Listen, being attacked by thugs is nothing to aspire to, but taking that attack and leveraging what that lesson was for you. How did you get in that position? If you own and accept accountability for being in the position that you were attacked, if we take it to that level of total accountability and non-victimness, what lesson can other people learn from that? That you can become the poster child for accountability and for responsibility and for overcoming adversity. And at the age of, in this case, he's 24 years old. In this case, he can talk to the world's youth and talk about resiliency and talk about overcoming that and surviving. There's so much magic in your pain. I'm not telling you to relive it, but I'm suggesting to you that you give it meaning. When you do a presentation, people are looking to you to be a leader. And when you, listen carefully now, when you come to them as a leader, when you come to them from your heart, they will listen and they will enroll in what you are offering them because they want to be part of who you are. They want to be part of the lesson that you give them. They want to be part of the wisdom that you can transfer to them. So what that means is you don't have to sell. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to buy automatically. You got to make them an offer. You've got to actually invite them into your business home. But it's so much cooler to say, look, if this resonates for you, come on, let's play together. Let's do this together. Let me help you. And they come because they want part of that authenticity. So much bullshit is out there now. You know it, I know it. I call it as it is. But when you are real, people, it's like a drug. People want that. I got to tell you that I would love to watch newscasters come on and come off the air. And what I mean is like the night that a new person is starting their new TV show, that's when they say, hey, listen, it's great to be with you. I'm looking forward to serving you. And they come from like, even though maybe it's scripted, it's the personal piece. Then they go into the news stuff and it's like reading their script. They're just voices. And then when they leave, like the last night or last show that they do, there's always it's been a wonderful journey to be with you, and they all have the cake and all that, that means something to me too, because it's real. It's the personal connection with the audience. When that happens, then there's affinity, there is a connection. And I'll give you one other piece to this because it'll be a short one today. When stuff happens, when you're it's like today, I just did an executive briefing, another word for webinar, and it went really well, except for the fact that for the first 5 minutes, I forgot to share my screen. So I was saying, and look at this picture, and look at this picture. And someone in the audience said, you're not showing them. Uh-oh. How you dance when things happen is what people are looking for. They're looking to see you off script. They're looking to see you be real. And it's going to happen. So get ready for it. That's the fun part of being a presenter, of being a speaker. It's how do you handle adversity? How do you handle the haters? And when you dance with the haters, the audience loves you forever. I had an audience, I think it was in Fort Lauderdale, and I had somebody who was heckling me. And yeah, I got heckled. And I finally looked at him and I remember saying, excuse me, but do you mind if I do my presentation so I can get through this? We can talk later, but you mind if I do the presentation uninterrupted? And the rest of the audience cheered. They're like, yeah, because they were feeling the same thing. Like, shut up, man. When you can be real like that, they fall in love with you. I had somebody, some hater the other day, one of our Facebook ads said something about speaking has nothing to do with events. And cut the crap. It was hateful and it was stupid, frankly. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it was stupid. Why was it stupid? Because I got to tell you this, speaking has everything to do with an audience. If you don't have an audience, what good is your message? Yeah, there are speaking skills to learn. I teach some of that as well. But unless you can communicate with an audience and have an audience to communicate to, it's sort of like when the tree falls in the forest. Does anybody hear it? Speaking without an audience is completely worthless. Hey, Frank, good to see you, my friend. It's awesome. Yeah, keeping it real, no selling, all heart, give. Okay, give you wisdom at best. So, Scott, you're 100% right, but I'm going to take it to a different level here. You do need to sell. You do need to make an offer, because if you don't make an offer, people don't have a means of continuing with you. People that want to continue with me need to hear from me. They need to understand that there's a future with Ken or with you, Scott, or with you, Frank. Same thing with you, Karan. People need to continue with you. If you don't make an offer, if you don't sell, then you lose. You all lose. So many people out there forget that little detail. Your objective is always to be selling, but not selling from the negative car salesman methodology. I'll have you use one of the new age terms for selling. You want them to enroll. You want to enroll in what your message is, in what your mission is, in what their mission is. And by the way, for them to enroll with you, you have to enroll with you. You have to believe in what you're doing so that they will want to be with you as well. It's a big deal. So when you're coming from your message, yes, Scott, when you're keeping it real, okay, when you're keeping it real, inherently they want to play with you. They want to play with you. But guess what? You have to have enough confidence in what you're offering to make the offer to them, to give them the invitation, okay? Yeah, let them be part of your team. Exactly. It's enrolling them. Look, Scott, you were with us for Pride 2 weeks ago, I believe, right? When I make the invitation for people to join us for Pride, it's what I said to the audience, and feel free and do this with your own audiences too, you guys that are watching this live or on recording, is just as the audience, like for now, you're watching me and you're wondering, okay, is he someone I want to work with? In an event like a Zoom meeting, for example, I'm looking at the audience too, and I'm saying, you know what? You're checking me out. Guess what? I'm checking you out. And if you're fun and if you're engaged and if you've got great energy and if you've got a cause that I believe in and so on, I think it'll be fun, then I want you. And I will call my audience out and say, I want you in my Safari program, which is our program that transforms people over a full year to doing multiple events that create massive change, to make ridiculously irresistible digital events, amazing digital events, our new branding here. So I call them out too. I want them. I will, and literally will call them and say, we want you in the program. We want to talk to you about being in the program because you are fun to work with. What a cool way to play. Now, is that selling? Maybe, but guess what? It's serving, because I know, for example, that people that are fun, and I've called people out, and I've said, I want you in this program, whether it's been Dr. Marilyn, or there's been Zor, or there's been Azim, or whether it's been Janet, I call them out. And guess what? When you call them out, yeah, most of them convert. That's not the point. When you have a group of people that you have brought into your community, A, you have a community, and B, you're no longer working. You're no longer working. You're having fun. You're serving. We've seen that with a number of people that we work with. Scott, you and I both know our buddy Joel Bauer. Joel, you can't get Joel to stop presenting. He'll say, well, be only 30 minutes. And 3 hours later, he's still going because he loves what he does. He loves to serve. I've been accused of doing some of the Joel Bauer stuff, meaning that I'll go say, it'll be short, and we go on for, for hours. But I love it. My Safari group, I love them. I look forward to being in meetings with them weekly when we meet and we go through their process. They get extra time with me because I love giving it to them. It's very selfish. It's very selfish. I love doing it. It serves me. And does it serve them too? Yeah, of course. So the point is, that when you're coming from that authenticity, when you're coming from that level of connection to who you are, you never have to work anymore. You can serve by having fun at the same time. And that's the beauty. And when you can share you, and when you can take that, bringing us back to the whole point of today's stream, when you can let the disaster in your life be the impetus for your future and to give people the launching pad for their success, because they can live through you, then awesome, right? It comes down to that. Yeah, we're givers. Yeah, well, you know what? We are overgivers, but we do it because we love it. It is incredibly selfish. It is incredibly selfish, I must tell you. And is there anything wrong with that? No. Joel Bauer loves to do this. Joel Bauer loves to serve. It's what he lives to do. He spends hours prepping. He lives in that freaking bathroom of his, that studio, that control room of his, because he loves to serve. And he'll be like, yeah, it'll only be a minute. And then that minute just keeps going and going and going because he's awesome, and we respect that. And by the way, we have our credit card out. When Joel says, oh, I think I'm going to do this, bam, take it, Joel, right? We do that with people that we know, like, and trust. People doing that with me now too. When Ken offers something, it's like, I'm in, and I don't have to push or sell. Do we add urgency? Yes, of course we do. Do we make offers that are limited in time? Yeah, of course we do. There's people that are still going to be in their own element of fear. But I tell you what, when you do it right, you're not pushing, you're encouraging. That's something that you should probably write down. You're not pushing, you're encouraging, you're serving. Because I know that, for example, if you've got a mission, now Marilyn's got a mission to help kids stop killing themselves. She wants to do a first event in May. I said to her during our Pride event, I said, how many more people are going to die because you waited till May? It's a fair question. How many people are you going to cheat because you haven't made your offer to them? How many people are going to be losing money because you didn't give them the tools to make money while you waited for the perfect time? When's the perfect time? Now. So for all of you watching live or on Memorex, understand that the urgency is here. Pam Heath, one of my Safari members, I love her to death. She did not follow my advice. I told her to wait and to get it dialed in right and so on. She said, the hell with you, Ken, I'm doing it anyway. She did her first event. She made 18 grand. Yeah. She produced it within 2.5 weeks. She doesn't know what no means. To her, it was no way, man. She went and did her first event, despite my conservatism of saying, just wait till you do it right. No, she did like a lot of stuff wrong. She missed a lot of checking the check boxes, but she was still successful with 8 people in the room. So what's your excuse? You have a story to tell. You have a gift to deliver. So cut the crap and deliver it. Be you. Be you. Have fun with it. What I do is teach that. If you want to learn more about how to do that, I will give you an invitation. My next masterclass is coming up. I believe it's on Saturday. No, I think it's on Saturday for you guys. It's like the middle of the night for me. I'm committed. By the way, we'll tell you, commitment over convenience. I do things in the middle of the night, that type of thing. Yeah, but the audience didn't know what went wrong, and that's what made it work. I'm not sure what we're referring to on that. Maybe you can give me a little bit. By the way, tell me who you are, because it says Facebook user. So I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but cool. So let me just pop this banner up here, because I want to invite you to the next upcoming masterclass, which is an executive briefing. So you go to amazingdigitalevents.com/executive briefing. I'm sorry, /briefing. That'll get you access to our next executive briefing, which is code word for webinar, if you want to know the truth. Okay. But we'll go about an hour and 20 minutes or so, and I'll reveal to you why digital events are outperforming physical events by far. And you'll see some of the secret sauce that we use in our Pride event. And you'll even get an invitation to Pride as well, where you learn how to produce ridiculously irresistible digital events. That's the event that Scott was in. That's the event that that Frank was in, and so on. Oh, it's Pam Heath. Yay. Okay. And I'm not sure kind of what you mean with that, but okay. Okay. So either it's Pam or I'm confused who I'm talking to right now, but I love both of you, so it's all good. So I love it when I can't tell what's going on. I see. I know what you're saying. So it's Azim telling me that. Yes. So the audience did not know what Pam was doing wrong. They didn't know that her really unattractive landing page wasn't the way it was supposed to be. Okay. They didn't have any idea. They don't know what's going wrong. Thank you, Azim. I appreciate that. It was Pam's event, and it's Azim you're speaking to. Yes, I got that. And I just messaged you the other day. We're having lunch, hopefully on Tuesday now, not on Monday. So the beautiful thing is your audience doesn't know what's going wrong unless you tell them. And by the way, during Pride, I reveal all of that. I open up the kimono because it's like, let's share it, because you're going to have things that are going to go wrong. You may as well learn how to make it go right. So it's super fun. So that's kind of the ball game. I wanted to make this short, and we're now at 18 minutes. Go figure. See, I'm doing a Joel Bauer. Does anybody have any questions, comments they want to add to this before I land the plane? I'm sort of supposed to be someplace else right now, but I want to be with you. I'm finding that when I think about this for a second, when I finish a webinar, right, or finish an executive briefing, whatever, I'm kind of jacked. I love talking about what we do. I love this mission. This is like my life's work, what we're doing here. And so I was just going to turn the camera off, turn the TV off, because the TV is behind the camera. So I'm looking right now at a 49-inch monitor behind the camera. And I was like, wait a minute, I can go live now. It's all set up. So here we are. Think about when you do your delivery, what you can do afterwards to piggyback on that, to share some messages, to share a lesson with people. It doesn't take long to do. And I'm doing this through StreamYard, so I'm able to go to a couple different Facebook groups, also populate YouTube as well. Use those technologies to get your message out there. Anyway, that's what it's all about. So join me. It's going to be for people in North America. I want to say it's going to be 11 o'clock Eastern time, but go to amazingdigitalevents.com/briefing and you'll find out. It's all set up for you to register for that and show up. And that's about it. You know, you'll get to experience the fun of both seeing me in in an event, and then hopefully you'll get to join us in January for our next 3-day Pride event, which is a transformational experience. It is, it's just fun. It's great. It truly is. So with that said, I'm going to land this plane. Thank you guys for watching and for playing today. It's always fun to do these things when people pop in. It's sort of like just having an open house, and it makes it a blast. So I see the hearts. Thank you very much. And with that said, this is Ken Krell. Join us for amazingdigitalevents.com/briefing, the upcoming live masterclass. I think you'll get some great value out of that. And I will end it this way. You have a giant message to share. You have a big difference you can make in the world. If you don't take care of yourself, then everyone's being cheated. So for the love of God, or whoever it is that you have a spiritual connection with, please wear a mask. Please wash your hands. Please stay the freak home. Use digital events. Stay home, and just take care of yourself and your family. So many of my friends have gotten COVID. People I know have died. There's no reason for that anymore. There's no reason for that at all. There never was. So please stay safe. I pray every moment for my mom. She's 86 years young or whatever. Oops, shouldn't have said that. She runs around South Florida on an adult tricycle, and she refuses to catch anything, and she wears a mask. If my mom can, you can too. Lesson over. Class dismissed. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody.